Hopefully you guys are doing good. If you guys got a chance to tap the screen for me, would be great. We can get more people to actually join the chat, would be greatly appreciated. Because I think it's working. Great, man. You're the man for the questions. 2 grams of protein per 1 pound of body weight, okay for building? Oh yeah, 100% is fine. Keep in mind, as long as it is quality protein, we're not talking like, say, whey or isolate or anything freaking processed. As long as quality protein, then you are fine. If it's not quality protein and you're taking that much, keep in mind, it could possibility affect your kidneys. So we're talking quality protein, like real quality protein. Like we're talking beef, we're talking fish, we're talking pasture-raised chicken, pork. Then that would be excellent, 100%. 100%. That's how it should be. And that's how it should be. Nothing man-made, nothing being touched by machinery or pharmaceuticals or major companies or nothing like that. Make sure of that. 28 years old, my doctor wants me to get on statins. Should I take them? No, you shouldn't really take them. The question is, before you actually go on statins, is your lipids getting oxidized? That's the question we always want to ask. Don't just go on statins blindly just because your doctor says, hey, you have high cholesterol. The question is, everybody could have high or low cholesterol. It doesn't mean that it's actually hurting you. It means it's a sign that there is something wrong with your body. Come to the Diddy party. Sounds good. Save the spot for me, Chris. So before you jump onto the statin wagon, let's just call it, do further testing. If you need help with further testing, I can give you lots of different information to actually get your doctor to get them done. And based on that information, we can tell exactly what's going on in your system. Yay, Maurice is live. Ahlan. Hey, Hannah. How are you? I don't think I'm going to be doing that, Chris, but thanks for the comment. I really appreciate it. You can do that yourself with other people. Guys, some comments in the live are being blocked. So please, whoever is actually sending me a message, maybe rewrite the comment or the question so it doesn't get blocked. And you guys, if you get a chance to please tap the screen, would be really, really appreciated so we can get more viewers. I'll book an appointment with you. Sounds good. Please do that. I am traveling on Friday because I'm heading to the city, about a 7-hour drive on Friday. So if you want to book for tomorrow, would be excellent. And I'm gonna stay in the city for about 1 week. So my booking time is gonna probably cut down just short, because I'm gonna be spending some time with the family and stuff, and buying, some beef and other things so I can bring with me off the grid again, because I couldn't get a half a cow for this year, unfortunately, because the farmer, he was actually sold out, didn't actually buy in time. So I have to go to the city and actually connect with my other farmers. So I have to go pick up about 300 pounds of meat, and hopefully that could last me for at least till December. Oila, please. Smile, big boy. Hey, German, Italian, blue-eyed God. Cheers to that. What's good, bro? Have a nice day. Cheers to the pizza. Pizza Deli. Awesome. Off rhabdomyolysis. What's going on with that? I can't even freaking speak today. Good night, everyone. Kelly, is it time to sleep already? Is it that late? Guys, let's tap the screen hundreds of times so we can get more people to join us. Would be awesome. So I can do my mushroom coffee because I've been holding it for the past hour till I actually come and talk to you guys. So we can do my mushroom coffee and I can show you my new toy that I just got today, which is super excited to try it out. And maybe I can show it to you guys. You guys probably seen it before with other people, but I just got mine today. So excited to see it. And one of my neighbor came and dropped me off some good pasture-raised chicken. They look good, but they have a lot of poops all over the eggs. My girlfriend is nurse. She said, "Be careful of strenuous exercise because it depends how intense the exercise is, and it depends on your form. Your form plays a huge role in that, Brad. And then one of the only issues like people end up having is due to the form being incorrect that end up causing certain issues in the body. So the form is very, very crucial, especially if you're lifting heavy exercises or heavy equipments and weights and stuff. So let me ask you this, Ken. Hopefully I can call you Ken. Is cholesterol good or bad? Why would your body make something bad to hurt you? Can my insurance cover the session? I'm not sure. I can give you an invoice. You just have to apply it to your insurance company. My blood sugar is 95 before bed and 110 to 125 when I wake up. Why? It depends whether you are in a weight loss zone or not, and it depends on your meals that you're consuming. It depends whether you actually have a fatty liver disease or not. Hey, how it goes? Optimum Services. Hey, how are you? I got your email. I will respond tomorrow because I got your your results on a PDF. Thanks so much for actually opening that and sending it to me. I'll review it and I'll get some answers to you by tomorrow, hopefully. Does red yeast rice extract help lower triglyceride at all? It does. Triglyceride and LDL more than anything. But still, not as effective in lowering triglyceride as much as niacin. Inko, how are you? That's my thoughts exactly. My blood, okay. So the question is, as we mentioned earlier, why should your body make something to actually trying to hurt you or cause a heart attack? A heart attack, sometimes it happens for a reason that is actually trying to save your life from actually the inflammation. It's almost like a reset for your body. So it's not a bad thing. It's just, the body's telling you, hey, wake up. Like seriously, like stop eating all that junk and all that processing and all that inflammatory foods. What you think is healthy is not really healthy for that body. So sometimes, we have to actually wake up and smell the fresh air and say, is the food I'm eating, is it actually healthy for my microbiome, or am I killing myself? I feel the same. I'm actually worried about exercising now. What does... I haven't heard of that. Myasthenia? Mathenia? Peter, if you want to send me a direct message, I can check it. I'm not sure. I just have to see maybe something you're relating to something that is different than what I think of. Maurice, any thoughts on chronic low blood pressure levels, not too low, but lower than average? I would actually check your magnesium and sodium. Sometimes that could be off balance, and that's the only reason it could be going too low. Great, thanks, Maurice. I appreciate it. No problem. I get too much mucus in my mouth dropping from nasal pathway. What may be eating wrong? Yes, I would actually start using NaC, 2400 milligrams of NaC. That would be like 2400 milligrams every 4 hours, 5 days on, 3 days off, and cannot check. We can actually investigate and see what foods are actually causing. How much is a session? My sessions are very, very cheap. If you go to my website, you can see how much it is for like a 30-minute or even an hour. It's only like $55 for like a 30-minute. But trust me, we cover a lot of stuff. And it's funny, I always say 35 minutes and we end up... Sorry, I always say 30 minutes and we end up talking like 45 minutes or 50 minutes sometimes. I don't know why. It's just I enjoy the subject so much. Booked a call 11 a.m. tomorrow. Yeah, you did. She just showed up on my phone. 11 a.m. your time and 8 a.m. my time. So you're gonna freaking wake me up tomorrow early. Thanks so much for that. So I don't get a chance to sleep in. No, I never really sleep in. I'm usually up every day by about 4 a.m. no matter what, because me and Duke wake up early. No worries, seriously. So what happened is Duke wakes me up every morning about 4:35. And what happened is he comes up, jumping on the bed. This is what he does every single morning. He jumps on the bed. He lays his head right on my face or my neck, and he falls asleep for like an extra hour, which is great. And you guys all met Duke, right? I have a blood work. Would that be beneficial to review? Oh, 100%, 100%. Any type of blood work, especially that has been done in the past, like say 3 months or 6 months, would be ideal for me to actually review it. And this way we can kind of see, because technically I don't like to give any supplementation blindly without actually investigating a little bit further into your system to see exactly what's happening. But even thought, you'd already do a blood test. Most of the blood tests that a lot of the doctors actually do, they're so basic and they never really dig into the main source or the root cause. So either way, once I review it, we're gonna do another blood test in time, and we're gonna dig a lot deeper into it to make sure everything is actually fully covered correctly. We're not just gonna working blindly and we're just guessing, hey, try this supplement or try that supplement and see what happens. No, I don't like doing that. So we definitely we can go over a lot of that stuff. There you go. This way you guys get a better view than the back of my tiny house. So you guys, if you get a chance, we lost connection. Can you guys still hear me, or give me a thumbs up? For some reason it says connection is lost. I don't know why. Lost connection. Why did I lose connection? Got the chopper. Get the chopper. I hope you guys can hear me on TikTok. Give me a thumbs up. Same thing with YouTube. Hopefully I didn't lose the connection. For some reason it says connection is very low. It's been interrupted. It's funny, you drop the phone once and they stop working correctly. Can you hear me? Oh, perfect. Okay. Excellent. Okay, I'm glad you guys can hear me, and I hope they can hear me and TikTok as well, unless, because I know I've been blocked a few times already. Let me go back inside for a second to see if the connection is back on. I have a blood work. Would that be beneficial to review? NAC, connection lost. Okay, can you guys hear me again right now, or unstable connection? Why am I getting an unstable connection? Like, seriously? The connection is so powerful here. There's nobody using the internet other than me. And it says connection lost. Okay, let's go back outside and see what happens. Yes, you're back. Yes. I haven't gone anywhere. I think it's the connection. Okay, let me go back outside to see if we're going to lose the connection. Like, seriously, I usually walk about 100 feet away from the connection, no issues. How come today I'm losing a connection? That's interesting. Okay, I think we're back. But now, okay, good. On YouTube. Okay, perfect. I'm trying to see where Duke is. We actually planted 2 apple trees today. I was in town, and they actually, one of the garden store, they actually had some apples. So I bought 2 apple trees. So we got them planted for next year. Lost connection again. Why am I losing connection? What the hell? Let's go back inside. Something is going on. Lost you again. Why? What the hell? Why is my internet being so wacky? Okay, I'm not gonna go outside then. I'm gonna sit here. I don't know what's going on. I wanted to see where Duke is. Yeah, sorry guys. I was gonna go outside and walk around, but I guess I can't for some reason. It's kind of weird for me to lose a signal when every time I go outside. I'm good on YouTube, but on TikTok I keep losing it. Okay, I think we're good right now. I lost almost like 60% of the people are gone. Shoot. If you guys can tap the screen would be great. This way we can kind of continue our conversation, and maybe we can specific subjects you guys want to talk about. I know I wanted to actually talk about I actually had in regards to reversing arterial calcifications or even heart disease. If you guys want to continue, we can talk about that subject. If not, you guys want to talk about something else, we can definitely dig into that, or we can do like a straight out Q&A if you guys want to do it that way. So you guys tell me what you want to talk about. We'll do it that way, because I know I won't be able to come in here for the next 2 days or so, because I'll be traveling to the city, and so I'll be off for about a day or two. So hey, Miss Cosmo, how are you? So if you guys get a chance to tap the screen, tell me what you guys want to discuss. We can do that. My B12 is really high at 136 TOS. Nothing to do with your B12. It's mostly your intestine. I would actually check the health of your large intestine to make sure everything is working correctly. Calcifications would be good. So when it comes down, reverse calcification sounds like a great topic. You guys know for a fact we can reverse calcification, right? Now, do you guys believe in that, or do you guys have any doubt in that, or do you actually believe other influencers or doctors or a lot of other people that actually bullshit you? Seriously, I will not bullshit anybody. I'm not a salesperson or trying to sell anybody like snake oil or anything like that, because you know for a fact I don't really carry any products myself. I don't really cater any products myself. I would only actually talk about a specific product only if I actually believe it's working and the results actually comes back, positive from doing a blood test. So anybody out there can actually go and read scientific literature, pull the information out and say, hey, this product works amazing, and this is how much you need to take of it. I don't do that. I will only talk about a product or a protocol if it's actually is working on me. And if it's working on some of my patients, then I would actually make a video about it and talk about it. As simple as that. The protocol is not hard. The protocol is not hard. So when you have a calcification, I wish I have like certain things to show you guys. When you have a calcified artery, that calcification in the artery, what is it made out of? Do you guys know? How would you know if you have calcification? You can get a CT calcium score or a CAC score or a CMIT score. It's more advanced, where it kind of shows soft and hard plaque as well. It's not all calcium, guys. Keep in mind, the calcification. Hey, Duke, where are you? The calcification is not all calcium. Roughly, calcium holds about 20 to 30% of the calcification. 20 to 40% is going to be oxidized lipids. Roughly about 30% is going to be proteins, GLA. And probably about 10% is going to be water. What is the other scan called? I think one of them is called CAC score, and another one is called CMIT scan. I think it's CMIT. Hey, Latro, how are you? I wanted to go outside to see where Duke is. Hopefully we don't lose the signal. So it is recorded on YouTube. Yes, Miss Cosmo as well. So you can definitely go back there and watch it and take notes. So a calcified artery consists of calcium, phosphate, oxidized lipids, and protein. Can a carnivore diet help reverse calcification? No, there's no diet that actually helps reverse calcification. There is no diet that will help reverse calcification. All these diets will actually prevent. They act as prevention. But once you are living in a disease state, whether you go on a ketogenic, Paleolithic, or you go on a carnivore diet, you could possibly stop the progression but you're not going to be able to reverse it right away. It took years to develop. So what makes you think if you go on a carnivore diet or Paleolithic or a ketogenic diet that you can actually reverse a process in such a short time? That's bullshit. And if anybody else tells you otherwise, it is bullshit. Because it takes roughly 5, 10, 15 years to actually cause a calcification. You think you're going to be able to reverse it such a fast way? There's no way. And we'll talk about that in a bit. Pete, great job as always. Also, a package with 4 bottles is on the way with a tracking number per the email. Awesome. Hey, thanks so much, Pete. I really appreciate that. Thanks so much for the donation. As always, it's always been really appreciated from you. I'll definitely, I know I got a lot of emails in the past 2 days because I am traveling to the city to visit the family. I'll go ahead and check my emails and I'll respond accordingly. I am running a little bit behind, about 2 days behind on that. But I'll definitely get back to you here shortly, Pete. I really, really appreciate it. I'm looking forward for the bottles to actually try it out as well and kind of give you my feedback on it. Hi, Mo. I'm thinking to do a comprehensive food-sensitive test. Your thoughts? It's a waste of money, John. Waste of money. Please don't get it done. My name is Greg. I don't just know how to treat it. I just don't know. You can reach out to me, Greg. You can reach out to me, book a time. We can actually talk about it in very specific. My ApoB is 169. My triglycerides are 299. Also, small particles are high. Started red yeast rice extract and fish oil. That's not enough. What you're actually doing is not enough. ApoB is irrelevant without getting your ApoA1, so we can actually check the ratio. And it's good to actually get your oxidized lipids checked as well to make sure nothing is fully being oxidized. Or even, go a little bit further to get like a CAC score done. How can you balance cortisol level? One thing is you can do, you're constantly living in a fight or flight mode. The question is why? What the hell you're eating that you're actually causing that? What kind of stress level you're on? Guys, I wanted to actually address one thing for everybody. I just launched because I've been thinking about it for the past couple of days now. And I thought, because I've been getting a lot of questions and very important questions. Like yesterday, I got almost 300 different comments from one video from YouTube, and it took me almost 6 hours to respond to everybody. So while I was doing that, I thought, you know what? So I did launch a membership access. And the membership is only like either $1.99 you can join or $3.99 a month, whichever one you want to pick. But what I'm going to do is whoever joins the membership part in YouTube, they'll get their questions answered as a first priority. Your questions will be answered as a first priority if you do join my membership compared to like kind of me going in order, because I do get a lot of very important questions. And sometimes I do get like an emergency questions where some people are asking me something and they could be going to the hospital or whatever it is, and then I'm not able to answer them because I actually go in order. So the membership access, I think it will give you a priority to actually answer your question as being a top priority compared to anyone else. So if you guys are interested, definitely go to my YouTube channel and join that membership section. Is very, very cheap. You can start at $1.99 a month, which is nothing. And of course, the more expensive one, I'll have like a private live chats as well. So definitely, you guys should definitely go there. And at the same time, you're gonna actually support my channel. So we're constantly growing and we're constantly actually making people aware of what we have, that there is, and we are capable of actually reversing calcifications. There's so many different ways we can do it. And I wanted to mention, a shout out for Pete from YouTube. Every time he comes in and asks me questions, he does actually pay, anywhere from $20+ for every question, just to kind of support my channel and make people be aware of some of the things out there that we can actually treat our bodies with and treat our calcifications, because it is 100% reversible. I do have a protocol for H. pylori treatment. Yes. Thank you very much for Maurice for your information. Maurice, I'll join. Please do. You guys would be great if you do It'd be really appreciated, and you'll support my channel to constantly grow. Now, going back in regards to the calcification, remember guys, so the calcification is not just all calcium and phosphate. The calcification, it is calcium phosphate, it is oxidized lipids, it is water, it is protein. So the question is, we have 4 different categories in the calcification. That's why, when you talk to individuals, they might say, hey, I took neurokinase or I took serapeptase and I reduced my calcifications by 20% or 30%, which is excellent. You're not going to be able to reduce the other 60 or 70% because there's still some missing supplementation, because all your supplementation has to actually work in a synergistic effect to actually prevent and actually reverse. I had the calcium score several years back and it was 25, so I do have a tendency to get plaque. I will be happy to support the channel. Thanks so much, Letro, and I'm more than happy to help you with that. I know you got your CAC score, many years ago, and would be ideal to get another one right now just to see where you're at, whether it's actually there have been any progression or we're actually stopping that progression. So why not start to kind of reverse it with a specific stack of supplementation? And these supplementations are very, very cheap to acquire. It depends on how bad the situation is. I will join too. I highly recommend Maurice. He has and is helping me with many things. Best. Thank you so much, Marie, for putting that out there. I really appreciate it, and you've been great for your support. A big shout out to Marie as well. She's done lots. Would love to join Optimum Services. If you could join the membership, it is on YouTube, guys. If you guys go to my YouTube channel on the main page, it will actually have one where it says join. Would be awesome if you guys can do that. You can support my channel, and you guys will actually have top priority for answering a lot of the questions as well. And I'll always mention you guys' names out there whenever I'm doing live videos. I'll do a shout out for you guys. And guys, Optimum Services, he does have his own main company, and we can definitely mention that. So if anybody needs support, we can actually do it that way. Watch a ton of your YouTube. Didn't realize you could join membership. I just launched the membership just this morning, actually. Usually there is no membership, and I've been asked about it from YouTube because a couple of my videos did really well, and we had a lot of comments, and it took me almost, to be honest with you, almost about 6.5 hours to actually answer every question. And I just don't want to give just like a basic answer. So every question I have to actually sit and actually think about how I'm going to answer it, because there's a lot of information behind it. And because I really care for this subject so much that it actually, it makes me happy to actually answer a lot of these questions. And a lot of you guys that actually had a consultation with me even thought it could be a 30-minute or an hour. For a fact, we end up going more than 30 minutes and more than an hour at no charges. Are you hopefully staying in BC in the winter? Eric, so this is what happened. What's going on? So this Friday, I'm traveling back to the city for 1 week to visit the family. I'm gonna pick up enough meat because the farmer here couldn't actually get me half a cow. So I'm gonna pick up enough meat to last me all the way till December. Then in December, I'll see how the winter goes, because the guy that was supposed to come and install my wood stove didn't come to install my wood stove. And he actually postponed my appointment all the way till October. So I'm gonna try to do it myself. So when I come back, I'll have to go to Silverton and pick up all the parts for the wood stove and try to actually install it myself. If I do install it and test it out and everything works good, then definitely I'll push myself through the winter. If not, I'm gonna take December, January, February off and come back again in March. Guys, a big shout out to Pete. He just joined my endothelial elite membership right on YouTube. Thanks so much for the support, and I really appreciate that. So you guys, once you join, I'll know that you guys have joined my YouTube channel. I'll get a message here, and you guys' support is gonna be amazing to actually make this channel grow. And this way is gonna put me, and it's gonna give me more time to actually do even more research. And I definitely want to help everybody. I want to definitely help everybody. I want to get to the main source. I want to make sure everything is working 100% correctly. So yeah, that's what's happening, Eric. The only reason I'm going to the city right now, I need to buy more meat to last me. And the family couldn't come because we had so many fires. You know that for a fact. We had so many fires, so nobody came this year to visit at all. So it's been kind of disappointing. So I'm gonna head to the city, buy some more food, come back, and hopefully my little place can actually last through the winter. If I last through the winter, it's gonna be incredible. And definitely will be looking forward to it, because technically for 3 months I'll be here in the winter. When before I leave, I technically not gonna leave my tiny house. I'm not gonna go to the town. I'm not gonna go anywhere because I'll have everything here. I'll be living just strictly off meat, and probably if I go fishing. So that's what's gonna happen. And if everything goes good, then that's gonna be my full-time place eventually. I have calcification on my brain. Can I reverse that? How did you know you have calcification? Did you do a full CT scan on the whole body? So keep in mind, guys, when you get calcification, calcification is not just in the heart. Calcifications could be anywhere. Could be in the brain, could be in the legs, could be pretty much anywhere there's arteries running, right? So the MRI definitely shows that. Did they give you a percentage as well too? And when you did the MRI, did you do a CAC scan as well for the heart to kind of make sure? Can you reverse spots in male? Yes, you could. Yes, you could. 100% you guys could. Guys, let's tap the screen. We can get more people. And we can go from there. Ella, I hope I'm saying your name correctly. If you book a time with me, I think we can kind of discuss everything in detail, and I can get you a protocol to follow, because I like to do like a before testing. We can follow the protocol correctly for at least 3 months to 6 months, and we can do another testing after to make sure there is no progression and we are actually in a reversal process. 100%. 100% we can do that. And I think that would be ideal. Are eggs bad for cholesterol? I eat like anywhere between 6 to 9 eggs a day. So why are we saying are eggs bad for cholesterol? Why should we think of what is mostly bioavailable for the body that it could turn around and hurt our system? Why should we actually think that way? Why would your body produces bad cholesterol to actually hurt your body? Don't you think that this is a lot of this stuff is just all made up to actually cause fear with the public? And if you actually look at the eggs, or you look at the eggs, every egg has about 300 milligrams of cholesterol. Whether you eat dietary cholesterol or not, your liver still produces 3,000 milligrams of cholesterol. So if you take 3,000 milligrams and divide it by 300 milligrams per egg, roughly, give or take, that's roughly about 10 eggs. So you have to consume about 10 to 12 eggs daily, equivalent to what your liver can make in a day. The only thing is we worry about the eggs if the eggs aren't pasture raised and they're actually being fed corn and soy and things that eggs are not supposed to actually eat. So chickens, technically, they're supposed to go out and actually pick on worms and bugs and a whole bunch of other stuff, and that's their actual food, not actually being fed grains or soy or certain diets. So if actually something is going to actually cause an issue, sometimes it could be coming from the eggs because the chickens weren't fed correctly. If statins stop our natural production of cholesterol, what is that to do our body? So the moment you actually reduce your cholesterol, keep in mind, cholesterol produces vitamin D. Vitamin D is a hormone. Cholesterol will actually help with ubiquinol coenzyme Q10. That gets depleted. Cholesterol will actually is beneficial for your brain. What is it? About 80% of your brain is made out of cholesterol. Cholesterol is an antioxidant. So imagine we reduce cholesterol so much. What do you think is going to happen? What do you think is going to happen with our body? Our body is just going to start to get sick, and we're going to say hello. We're going to welcome a lot of diseases. Even my chickens go nuts eating eggs, lol. There you go. I had my triglyceride at 299. That is quite high. What the hell are you doing? Tara, thanks so much. Thank you so much for joining. I really appreciate that. Thanks so much for the support as well. Thank you so much. A big shout out to Tara for joining as well too. That's awesome. Tips to reverse pause, please. It's ruining my life. How much carbohydrates do you consume? You probably consume a lot of carbohydrates. And carnivore with reason. Why do you have such a high triglyceride? Are you already on a carnivore diet? And you're probably eating way too much fat that you're not actually absorbing it correctly. You're not utilizing it. Hey Duke, you're back. You wanna come in? Oh, you're sitting outside. Can you magnesium? There are so many types, and I could benefit from magnesium. I do have the magnesium that I use on my website. I have it on my website for the one I currently use, and it has to be in an ionic form. That's the only way your body can actually absorb it correctly at the cellular level. And it does come with a whole bunch of trace minerals to actually help with the absorption. You don't want your man-made magnesium, the one that actually has glycinate, citrate, oxide, althreonate. You want magnesium ionic chloride. That's your most natural form. Is keto good for POTS? Keto is good. It does help quite a bit. 100%. 100%. I am type 2 diabetic. Type 2 diabetic is pretty much 100% reversible. 100% reversible. Laro, discussion in the carnivore community suggests the triglyceride to HDL ratio should be under 2. I will okay mine after next exam. No, it should be below 1. For optimal results, I don't care what they discuss in the community or anything else. For optimal result for your heart, seriously, it should be below 1, Latro, no matter what. Below 1. As simple as that. I've been on a carnivore diet for 10 years now, and every test I do, which is I've been doing one on every 2 weeks or every 3 weeks, sometimes once a month, it has to be below 1. Your triglyceride to HDL numbers have to be below 1. No matter what. As simple as that. The moment you kind of go above 1, question it. Why the hell is my triglyceride to HDL is going above 1? It's because you're consuming so much fats. Because keep in mind, fats and sugars, they both act as energy molecule, right? So let's say you're eating 100 grams of fat, but when you're actually performing or you're exercising, you're only using 80, you're only using 60. So the other 20 to 40 grams, for example, is being stored. So triglyceride is a storage. So it's storing for next day energy. And then next day, let's say you consume the same thing over and over again. So keep in mind, your triglyceride is constantly being stored. And that's why you end up seeing high triglyceride numbers. Eventually, it is going to cause some inflammation in the body. And eventually, you could become insulin resistant. And eventually, it could cause your lipids to possibly oxidize whenever there is injured artery. See, even if your LDL, sometimes they oxidize, but if there is no damaged artery, then it's fine. It's not a big deal. But the moment there's a damaged artery, and do we know how a damaged artery happens, is because your blood flow fluctuates so much. And whenever we have interruptions with our blood flow, the arteries can get damaged. I can fast for 7 days. Go for it. I've been fasting today all day since, well, my last meal today was like almost about, what was it? 11 a.m. I haven't ate nothing since 11 a.m. So I'll probably fast all the way till tomorrow. So that's 24 hours. Got my RBC magnesium levels 5.4. Perfect. We are almost there. You're almost there, Ami. That's awesome. So we need it to be at 6 milligrams per deciliter. That's perfect. So it shouldn't take you a very long time to actually saturate. Guys, let's tap the screen, get more people. And guys on TikTok who just actually joined, I did open up my membership site on YouTube. So the membership site, it is very cheap, it is very affordable, but it's gonna give you priority for answering questions, for doing a lot of chat lives and everything. And you guys gonna actually support my channel. So please do connect with me on my YouTube channel, would be amazing. Heart palpitation at night. It's lack of magnesium, lack of potassium, imbalances of your sodium. So all that stuff will causes palpitation. And usually after you have your last meal, people tend to actually experience palpitations because your meal does not have a proper balance electrolytes in it. Or not so much the electrolytes, sometimes could be the magnesium potassium ratio is off, or too much contraction, not enough relaxation. So of course, you got magnesium that should be actually part of your diet. You got vitamin B1, you got vitamin B6, you got vitamin D3. All these should be part of your lifestyle to actually prevent that palpitation. But again, if your RBC magnesium is low, below 6 milligrams per deciliter, you're going to end up having these palpitations. So you need to actually fix that. That's why I wrote an ebook on it. And I know there's a lot of individuals here right now that they're actually listening to me that actually have the same issue. And because their magnesium is off, sometimes their vitamin B1 is off. And most of the time we get a lot of people with have low levels of taurine as well. And whenever we have low levels of taurine, that means your all your minerals for the heart aren't being, let's say, combined correctly or balanced correctly as well. Optimum Services, thanks so much for joining my membership site. I really appreciate that. A big shout out to Optimum Services. He just joined membership and YouTube as well. You guys, these guys are gonna actually have, you know, first priority for answering questions. Every time we do lives, they can actually get a notification when we go actually like private lives. So guys, please definitely support my channel. Would be really greatly appreciated as well too. Any idea why getting repetitive lumbar every 6 to 8 months through I'm fit and I work out? What do you mean by that? I gotta look that up. I'm doing I'm going to order the magnesium on your link. Sounds good. Let me know when you get it. And there's a specific way of taking it, Darren, and I can show you how. Where do we subscribe? If you go to my YouTube channel, on the main page, you can click on join, and I'll give you the access. Do you have to cycle hawthorn extract? I take 500 milligrams a day. No, you don't. You don't have to cycle hawthorn extract. I never say. I've been taking mine probably non-stop for almost like 9 years now. 9 years have not stopped. You don't have to cycle it. It is a natural herb. It is actually a berry, and the berry is very natural as long as you get it in an extract form, or possibly if you can get it fresh or anything like that. If I do get some this year, because I do get myself some wild hawthorn berries, if I'm able to get some, I'll send you a bag, because I have 2 trees, Pete, here on the land, and usually I have to wait till almost mid-August to actually pick them. And I know I have to head to the city before the birds actually get to them, because last year I only get half a cup. If this year I'm able to get them, I can probably get you like a full cup, and I'll have to actually dry freeze them or something before I send them to you, and you can actually utilize them. But hawthorn, you don't have to cycle it off at all. I got another question here. Brian, low fat diet my whole life, then went carnivore at 54 years old. I developed into LMHRC definition, got my CAC score 175, continue mostly carnivore now with 75 grams of carbs, glycated alb, good, A1C 6. A1C is a bit high. A1C is a bit high. I would actually reduce your carbohydrates a bit, and I'm not sure how much fat you're consuming when being on a carnivore diet. Because the A1C, I'd like it to be in a 5.1 level. Great phone call today. Looking forward to healing. Keep me up to date, Ziggy. Keep me up to date. This way we can actually follow up on a lot of this stuff. I know we went through most of the stuff quite fast, but please do keep me up to date. And if you're able to kind of get started on the protocol we talked about, and this way we can actually start, working one thing at a time would be really, really good. Usually whenever we have a meeting or whenever we have a consultation, I know sometimes, we go through a lot of Q&A quite fast. And I know sometimes 30 minutes is not enough. An hour, actually, it does help because this way we can actually break things a lot more in detail and we can actually probably write some of that information down. But guys, a lot of the information I give over the phone, make sure you guys do write it down, do practice it, do follow the protocol. And because most of the stuff I will talk about, it has worked, it does work, and I've seen tons and tons of benefit about it or from it, or else I wouldn't really mention it, or else I would tell you straight out, I don't know, I have no clue, I cannot answer that question. So, but I need you to actually, guys, to stay consistent to it and send me a message. And I know a lot of my patients that actually already had a consultation with me. You can actually reach out to me via WhatsApp because it is much faster than email. And this way, if you have an issue or a message, you can always send me there. I'm more than happy to respond whenever I get a chance. 5.1 A1C. What is your A1C, Maurice, if you don't mind me asking? Right now, mine is about 4.8 to 4.9, being on a carnivore diet. I've been strictly carnivore for 10 years now. Is it okay if my heart rate is sustained at 135, 150 for hours? It seems that this is actually happening to me regularly since eating a butter tart last night. So the only reason a heart rate tend to kind of go up and stay at a high rate is due to the food you're consuming that could actually sometimes contain mold toxins, or the way it's processed, there is some heavy substance in it that is heavily processed, that is putting the heart in such a high gear, trying to figure out and trying to actually break things down. Because keep in mind, everything in your body requires energy. And whenever we see a heart rate go up anywhere between 6 to 9 points above normal after consuming certain foods, that's usually related to mold toxins. So I'm sure that butter tart you ate, I'm sure you're not the one who did it. I'm sure you probably bought that, and I'm sure the butter they're using is not grass-fed, grass-finished butter that is actually heavy commercialized, and I don't know what else they put in there. Prince, I do apologize. I haven't got back to you or gave you a call. I've been extremely busy for some reason for the past 2 days before I travel on Friday. But tomorrow I have almost half of my day is free because I have the other half booked so I can pack my stuff. I can give you a call if that would work. What's your typical day of diet? I consume about 2 pounds of meat with anywhere between 6 to 9 eggs. And sometimes the only sugars I would sometimes have like a teaspoon or a tablespoon of raw honey with my raw bone marrow. But this has been going on for a week. So it's kind of weird for it to actually be on for a week unless it kind of contains other things. So I'm going to look at your blood work that you sent me so I can actually just investigate to see what else is off in your system. But your diet has to completely be changed, Optimum Service, completely change. I don't care whether you're always on the road or not. You have to actually change it. If you are out on the road and you're freaking hungry, just freaking fast. Fast and only just wait till you get home, and that's it. As simple as that. When you heading east, I'm going there on this Friday morning, about 5 o'clock in the morning, probably. Do you have a protocol for that? Do I have a protocol for what? Bone marrow? Yeah, I get bone marrow, and I usually keep the bone marrow in room temperature. Keep in mind, bone marrow actually stimulates stem cells. So I get bone marrow, and I usually put like a teaspoon of honey on the bone marrow, and I eat it raw. It's freaking delicious, guys. It's like eating like a buttery fat with a little bit of honey on top. Oh, super delicious. Any thoughts on uric acid flare into gout after the first COVID shot? Is for my dad. I'll book a call. Fructose. Fructose is what actually activates high uric acid and causes gout. If he does consume a lot of fructose, that's something he has to actually eliminate or cut down onto, because it's all happening within the kidneys. I know my diet is messed up, lol. I'm working on changing it. We have to completely change your diet. Optimus, there's no question about it. You either want to actually, because you either eat to fear a disease or you're actually eating to heal one. So if your diet sucks, sorry to say that, what makes you think you're gonna actually feel better by just taking supplements? They both work hand in hand. So we have to do something about it. Going to keep taking my magnesium and maybe test again in a month. I wonder what my level was a month ago. Sometimes it depends whether you're a fast responder or not. Sometimes it might take a month. Sometimes it might take 3-4 months to actually fulfill that missing gap, Omi. But yeah, it doesn't hurt. I don't know how expensive it is where you're at for that test. That's not really. No, I'm not talking that you're eating that on a regular basis. I know I was just picking on you, but I'm just saying, the little cheese, the little process, all that stuff has to be kind of eliminated. Even if you can do like an elimination diet, eliminate everything from your diet and just stick to meat would be ideal. Not very okay. That's good to know. How to flush my kidneys? I don't want to go back to ER. Flush your kidneys. Magnesium citrate works good if you have like any issues with, let's say, calcium deposits or oxalates. You got dandelion, you got Schenka piedra is good for the kidneys. You got milk thistle, you got bitters are good for the kidneys. You got fasting, artichoke. All that stuff is going to help with the kidneys. So it's not very expensive. Okay, yeah, if it's not very expensive, then get it. And if we want to speed up the process, we can even do like an IV therapy shot of magnesium. What I need you to do, Optimum Services, is, I don't know how many meals you're consuming. Is it 2 meals a day or 3 meals a day? Bone marrow on my steak, yum. Bone marrow, make sure it's room temperature. Do not cook it. Make sure you scoop it in a spoon, nice and raw. Put a little bit of honey on top, Kel, and it's super delicious. I would change to a carnivore diet for at least 45 to 90 days. At least. What helps prostate if prostate cancer is hereditary? It all starts from the kidney, Ziggy. Prostate issue starts from the kidney, and especially if the person has low back pain. Nettles for kidney. Nettles works amazing if you can get your hands on, like, say, either fresh or herb or extract. Works amazing. Any supplements for low white blood cell count? Increase your vitamin C. Your low blood cells count, that means your body's trying to actually fight off an issue, and it's not actually been able to produce enough. So quercetin helps, vitamin C helps, eating bone marrow helps. All that stuff will actually help with that. I will give it a try. Let me know how you like it, but make sure the bone marrow is room temperature, not cold from the fridge. Bone marrow, keep it room temperature for at least a good 4 or 5 hours, then definitely enjoy it. Thanks so much. House for you. Cheers to that, Renee. Thank you. I want to make my coffee, my mushroom coffee. Let me just check where Duke is. I can't go outside because we're losing signal. Can I only eat really small amounts of food right now because of my stomach pain and my heart rate going up after eating a normal size meal? Yeah, because what's happening is there could be some, I don't want to scare you, but there could be some clotting happening somewhere, because all the blood is rushing down to your gut to actually break down the food. That's what technically it's supposed to do. But when all the blood rushes down to the gut to actually break down the food and stimulates and get the digestive juices, if your arteries or there is a blockage somewhere, your heart rate is going up because it's actually overworking dramatically. Guys, give me a second. I just gotta make sure Duke is, I'm just trying not to lose signal. Oh, he's sitting on the sand. I'll get him here in a bit. Love bone marrow. Is carnivore okay for pancreas, gallbladder, gut issue? I don't know what to do. Yes, it is. It actually, with carnivore, Ziggy, especially let's say, if you're eating steak, we never really overcook the steak, right? Remember when I was talking to you about overcooking and losing enzymes and overproducing enzymes from the pancreas? So when you actually cook a steak, you're probably gonna do it like medium rare, right? So when you do it medium or medium rare, you're gonna actually maintain some of the enzymes. So you're not gonna be overusing your pancreas too much and causing more stress on your pancreas. So you're actually gonna save that quite a bit. So medium rare for sure would be excellent. So this way you're cooking almost the top surfaces of the steak, and now the inside is nice and rare. Is gonna actually give you the enzymes that your body requires. Vitamin C in fruits helps. Vitamin C is not bad. We don't get enough from fruits anymore as we used to, just because everything is heavily processed. Hi Maurice, how do we reverse arterial plaque? We'll talk about that in a bit. How to stop sugar cravings. Did you see my latest video? You got chromium, you got MCT oil. What else did I say in there you have? And good fat in the diet would be ideal. Like, taking, a little bit more fat into the diet, such as ghee or butter or coconut oil or let's say MCT oil. All that stuff will actually enhance and will actually keep you satiated much longer without actually causing that craving. Hey Maurice, what we preaching today? Everything, Sean. I was gonna focus more on our arterial system, but we're getting questions left and right from everywhere now. Wild meat, aka wild game, versus farm animal meat, aka farm animal, which is more nutritious? I suppose wild meat, hands down. Wild meat, hands down. The only difference is with the wild meat, you're not gonna get as much, let's say, fats. They're gonna be a lot leaner, which is normal, which is fine. So you don't end up overeating too much protein because you don't have enough fat to actually keep you satiated. Using some grass-fed butter with it, using egg yolks, pasture-raised egg yolks, all that stuff is going to be ideal. Like, for example, that's the only reason I eat yak meat, because yak meat is very similar to wild meat. It only contains about 5% fat, which is very, very small amount. You have room in your freezer for a box of frozen goods, size of bread box? Oh, 100%, 100%. I got 2 freezers now. I got a chest freezer and I got a stand-up freezer. So yeah, 100%. And I'm getting about 200 and some pounds of meat as well too. So I'm taking all that stuff with me, Prince. I really appreciate that. Thank you. Looking forward to it. And we're gonna talk about it. We're gonna do a couple videos on it, lives, and we'll definitely send you a shout out as well too. Thanks so much, Prince. Thank you. And we'll definitely touch base. Fruit helps more than vitamin C. Lean meats help because it has less fat. I don't know what you mean by meats help because it has less fats. Lean meats. What's the difference between lean meat and fatty meats? And if it contains more fat, it doesn't mean it's gonna harm you. Unless something you possibly disagree with. We still need fat. You still need your essential fatty acids. You still need fat so you can be satiated and don't have cravings. You still need fats for your brain, for your organs to function correctly. We can't just be out with no fats whatsoever. We still need the saturated fats no matter what. And a lot of the meats, whether it's pork or beef or anything like that, still contains saturated fats and monounsaturated fats. And the polyunsaturated fats, your omega-3, you are going to get it from grass-fed, grass-finished, or you're going to get it mostly from eating fish. But the problem is, whenever you get fish, it's better to eat it raw because you can actually oxidize the polyunsaturated fats way too quickly. Carnivore diet down 20 pounds in 2 weeks. Is that any good? That's excellent. Your body's going to actually go to a specific balance whenever you go on a carnivore diet. What are the benefits of mushroom tea? Well, it depends on the mushroom, Jax. It depends what kind of mushrooms you have. Like the one I drink, it is a mushroom coffee. It has about 6 different types of mushrooms. So it depends what each one will actually do to your body. Some will help you relax. Some is good for the heart, some is good for the organs, some are good as an antioxidant. It just varies. Lean meats, how? Because, well, lean meat still has fat, but still roughly has no more than about 5%, plus or minus 5%, no more than that. A fatty cut of meat, then you're gonna have anywhere between 15 to 25%. It depends. But no matter what, if you're actually going towards wild, you're always gonna get no more than about 5% of the fat. If you're gonna go to like a farm, but it is, grass fed, grass finished, you're probably gonna get about 10 to 12%. If you're gonna go commercial grain freaking fed, then you're gonna reach like the upper 30+%, and that's when it becomes a little bit more of a dangerous. Because I hate, commercial meat and their fats, because that's actually full of toxic effect. Because keep in mind, a lot of the toxic effect, or a lot of the toxins even, and a commercialized meat, is all stored in the fat. And imagine you eating that crap, right? That becomes an issue. Is the mushroom tea on your website to purchase? It is, yes. It's a mushroom coffee. Guys, give me a second. I just gotta check on Duke. I should get him inside, because... Hey, Duke! Where are you? Can't see him. Oh, there he is. Let's get him... need my brain to wake up. Well, yeah, the mushroom coffee is excellent, especially it does have lion's mane as well too. Duke! I want him to come in, actually. Maurice, what do you think of black seed? I don't like black seed. I don't care about all the benefits. People talk about it and everything like that. No matter what, still, the problem is with black seed, it is all omega-6. And you guys know already, like a lot of the people out there, their diet already living in a pro-inflammatory factor. And omega-6 as a pro-inflammatory, so you're actually causing more issues in your body. Most of the people out there, their diet is almost like 30 to almost 40 to 1 omega-6 to omega-3. So imagine even taking a black seed oil on top of that. What are the benefits of miner's lettuce? Well, the benefits of lettuce is you still have... I like lettuce, actually, but I can't eat it here unless I can grow it, just because it does contain a lot of the minerals in it. But I don't know about miner's lettuce. I have to look into that to see the difference. I don't know what kind of lettuce I get here. I did grow it last year, but the only thing is that I grow is cucumbers, just because it is very rich in electrolytes. I'm gonna make I want to make my mushroom coffee, but I want to get Duke in here first. Duke, come here, bud. Every time we go outside, we lose the signal. So you guys, hey, if we lose the signal, you guys wait for me. Don't go anywhere, because I'll reconnect again. Thanks for sharing with us. Will you be able to schedule consultations when you are away next week? Yes, Tara, you could definitely. I changed my schedule to like half days instead of being a full day. But yeah, you guys can still be able to book a time with me. You guys will still be able to book a time with me, even thought I am away next week. It'll be like a half a day consultation instead of being a full day, just so I can spend some time with the family as well. But yeah, I hope you guys didn't, because every time I go outside, I'm losing signal. I don't know what's going on with my Wi-Fi today. Usually it gives me 100 foot from here. We gotta go to sleep. It's almost midnight here. Can we make these an hour early? What time is it right now? My time is like 8:43. It's already midnight. Yeah, I will try to do that. I want to actually start having like a set schedule. It's just I've been coming late because I'm trying to kind of take advantage of the day light so I can actually finish some of the things. But I'll definitely do that, Ziggy, for next time, 100%. My cardiologist told me not to eat fats because of my high lipid levels, ApoB 147, ApoB, or ApoA 147, ApoB 107. If you take 107 and you divide it by 147, if your ratio is below 0.77, you are fine. I don't have the calculator right now, but try it out. So go 107 divided by 147. You eat corns, they are delicious. Just have to leach out the tannic acid. No, I don't. I'm fully carnivore. I haven't ate anything other than the only thing that I actually eat is berries sometimes and cucumbers. Boston time. Wow. So you guys are almost about 3 hours ahead of me. 0.72. So hey, Sean, guess what? You're below 0.77. And then if you're still worried, you can always check your OXLDL as well too. Thanks for sharing. We gotta go to sleep. Have a nice evening, Ziggy. Well, definitely will touch base. Oh yeah, I have been getting a lot of people asking about the MCT oil I use. This is the one I currently use. I can't really show it too much on the screen. I can get banned, but it is the MCT8. This is a pure C8, caprylic acid 8. That's the one I use as with my coffee or really, really good brand. One of the best, I think, and they're very, very pure. It's 99.9%. I'll go carnivore diet. Should I limit the salt? No. If it's Himalayan salt or Celtic salt, don't limit. Limit only if it's a white table salt. Don't even touch that stuff. If you have a box of white table salt, throw it in the garbage. How much is it? I think it's like $40. I buy it for about $40 US. It's roughly about, it's a liter. It's about a liter, 32 ounces. This is the one I buy for the MCT. I did put it on my website this morning, yeah. Dang, I'm kind of close to that. No, you're not. You're fine, Sean. Sean, you're fine. You're below 0.77. 0.77 and lower, you're in optimal phase. Just, maybe just make sure your HDL, your triglyceride to HDL ratio is below 1 as well. Well, so you are running on ketones. That's awesome. The whole time, yeah, with C8, that's the best way to run on ketones. And the nice thing is, I have this, I have my C8 probably about 6-7 times a day, and sometimes I cook with it. Do you have a refrigerator in the? Do you have? No, you don't have to put it in the fridge. You're not supposed to put it in the fridge. Just keep it on room temperature in the cupboards. And make sure when you start with the MCT8, I like the MCT8. Actually, it's pure. It doesn't have anything else mixed in it. When you start, maybe start with like a teaspoon. If you take more than a teaspoon in the first dose, you can actually have like a soft stool effect. Don't do what I do. I take about 3, 4, 5 tablespoons a day. I'm used to it. Do you have a 6-pack, low body fat? My body fat has always been in the low 6%. I did have my 6-pack for years and years and years, but this year I haven't really. I actually increased my intake, so I kind of lost it a bit. So I don't actually work out my abs or nothing. I actually never really worked them out, and you just have like a natural abs just because you're always in such a low body fat level. But I've noticed every time I drop between below 8% body fat, yes, I have the aesthetic look and everything, but the problem is I tend to get a lot of pain in my joints, and you become actually very, very sensitive to certain foods as well too. So you have to actually pick and choose. And sometimes even if you are in a carnivore diet, eating eggs or anything, or cheeses, let's say, of meat, if the source is not good, you'll actually get inflammation. So whenever you are in a very, very low body fat, you can actually become very, very sensitive. So that's why a lot of people don't keep it all year long. I kept mine for about 5.5 years, but I was actually having such a hard time with a lot of things. I had to really do some adjustments. 6%, damn, that's some serious work. It is. If you've seen like some of my other videos or other pictures, when I was training outside, you can see that like my full body is fully shredded, but the problem is you will actually experience a lot of pain, seriously a lot of pain. And since I actually torn my bicep, I had to actually slow it down a bit and actually try to increase more of protein and more fat to actually maintain that inflammation to stay very, very low. But keep in mind, Mart, I still do what's called a carb load once a week. Where are you from? I'm in Canada. MCT for face? Yeah, of course. Not. I just dropped little MCT. You think I'm gonna waste them? Put them on your face. It's really good for your skin, for your hair. So what's 2.4 triglyceride 90 divided by HDL? So your triglyceride is 90 is too high. So now we know that the fat you're consuming, you're not actually utilizing it all. Technically, your triglyceride to HDL should be below 1. That's for optimal levels. So the fat you're consuming is not being utilized correctly, so it's being stored for later usage. So that means if you're actually storing it for later usage, your triglyceride can go up. That means you could possibly have some type of inflammation reaction. Is it your carb load consist of? Oh, my carb load usually consists of white rice. That's what it consists of, white rice. I do that once a week, and the white rice amount usually is anywhere between 2.5 grams to about 7 grams per 1 pound of body weight. And it'll be once a week, last meal of the day, no proteins or fats, just strictly carbs. So this way you're not causing any glycation effect. 1 day a week, enough carbohydrates to actually last me a full week. 100%. Now keep in mind, if you get to the 4th day or the 5th day and you're already out of energy, that means you've depleted your glycogen storage. Then you might maybe want to do it every 4 days. Let me get some water, guys. So my carb meal sometimes could consist of almost 12 to 1400 calories just from white rice alone. I want to fit better in clothes, so I'm trying to stay in a caloric deficit. Mart, if you're following a carnivore diet, you should never be, you don't have to actually count your calories in, calories out. The only time you actually want to do calories in, calories out, only when you're actually just eating like a normal diet. Like if you're eating, a mix of everything. I don't. So that's why I never really count my calories at all. And I never really, like, if I'm gonna have a breakfast or I'm gonna have a meal, I'm never gonna say, hey, I gotta be in a caloric deficit. I'm only gonna eat like 3 eggs. Hell no. I know for a fact 3 eggs is not gonna satisfy me. So I would eat 6, like for example, this morning, I had 1 pound of meat, I had 4 eggs, 6 ounces of cheese. And what else did I have? That's all I have. That's like 1 meal. My second meal, I haven't had a second meal today. I'm not hungry, so I haven't ate. That's it. But technically, if I'm gonna have 2 meals a day, every meal is gonna consist of at least a full pound of meat and at least with 3 or 6 eggs. Good night, Maurice. Thanks so much. Cheers, Jax. Have a nice evening. What kind of cheese is best? So the cheeses I buy, they always have to be imported and they have to be aged. Whenever they're aged, you actually have a much higher level of vitamin K2 and K7. Plus, they actually have 0 lactose in them because they are aged. So it's just going to be strictly high protein, high fat. And usually that's what I consume for cheeses. And I try to get more of a goat cheese just because it has a better ratio of essential fatty acids. So you guys are just gonna put some water on the stove here, so we can heat up some water for the mushroom coffee. Goat cheese, yeah, goat cheese would be great to get. Sheep, if you can get your hands on some good quality sheep cheeses are good. Dosage for vitamin C. If you're taking vitamin C as powder, technically vitamin C should be consumed based on your tolerance level. So tolerance level, what I mean by that, so you take 3,000 milligrams of vitamin C every 4 hours till you hit a soft stool effect. My tolerance level of vitamin C is 12,000 milligrams daily. I'm vegetarian for 6 years, and my diet is basically eggs, cheese, yogurt, and fruits and vegetables, and sea moss and nuts. Bread is tough to get away from. Sour bread, my friend. Sour bread, forget the regular bread. At least you have a little bit better effect in the digestion. Nuts, make sure the nuts are like sprouted. Sea moss, if it's actually good quality, it's not bad. Do you fast or recommend it? I never eat breakfast. I never eat breakfast either. My first meal is usually at noon or even at 1 p.m. And I do fast almost every day. But technically, ideally, I'd like to see people fasting maybe like 2-3 times a week, or maybe twice a week of 24 hours. That would be like a best scenario. Or maybe let's say every 2 weeks you do like a 72 hours. That would be awesome. 100%. Speaking of cheese, I've seen the documentary where they use maggots to help age a certain type of cheese. Yeah, I know, it's amazing, eh? And the maggots, they actually their outcome, that's the bacteria we actually eat. I actually had a cheese that came from overseas, from Britain or Germany about 3 years ago. It's called the maggot cheese. And actually I had like live maggots. I did put a picture of it on Instagram like 3 years ago. You guys have to kind of look it up. I think it's called like a maggot cheese. And the only 2 people that actually ate it out of 32 people we had on Christmas was just me and my brother. And my brother is a chef, so he got it as a gift. It was like the most nasty thing, but it was super delicious. I ate nothing but sourdough bread. Perfect. I like wild rice. Wild rice is good. What cheese? Imported cheese. It was an imported cheese, but I actually had some maggots in it. I can't remember the exact name of it. I have to look it up on my Instagram. How can I find a good source of vitamin C? Vitamin C, you gotta look for Quali-C. Quali-C. That's the vitamin C that's actually not produced in China. It's actually produced in Germany. But all the vitamin C that are actually being produced from corn, no matter what, unless you actually get yourself some camu. That's like it's a specific fruit that has the most bioavailable vitamin C, but it's very, very expensive. What's the best no carb bread? Probably the coconut flour. Coconut flour would be probably your best and much safer than almond. As crazy as it sounds, I want to try that. Yeah, I have to get you the name. Send me a message, Sean. I have to look at my Instagram profile. And I know I did post that picture like years ago. I just can't remember the exact name of it. Quali-C, you got it. You gotta think some of the best tasting things are made the most horrible way. One example, corn liquor. They say rat piss used in some of the best bootleg. Oh, wow. That's interesting. But no, it is true what you're saying. It is like some of the most delicious stuff is just the way it's created is just terrible, right? Like I like like duck foie, for example, their fatty liver, and the way they actually overfeed them to actually get a fatty liver, you feel so bad, but yet some of the outcome is just amazing. It's just incredible. It's just the process is brutal. Like seriously, everything us as men get our hands on it, we start to kind of do so much invention. It's just crazy. You drink protein shakes? No, I don't believe in protein shakes, and you have to stay away from them. They actually can cause massive inflammation in the body, and you just gotta be careful on the kidneys. I just eat good quality meat and eggs. Sometimes I might take like a collagen 5 grams just because I don't get enough from the meat and stuff, but that's about it. I don't take any protein shakes or nothing. I used to maybe 10 years ago or so. I've done it before, but can't trust some of the qualities out there because we don't know how they're made, how they're processed, and I kind of try to stay away from anything that is heavily processed as well too, because anything heavily processed, you're giving your body such a hard time to actually break it down. Give me a second, guys. Let me just blend this very quickly. My mushroom coffee. are you from? I'm in Canada. What about watermelon? What about watermelon? Watermelons are good. They can actually be considered as a carb load item, but make sure they do contain seeds. If they don't contain seeds, don't ever touch them. I haven't had a watermelon in 10 years. I'm actually finally gonna grow my own this year to see if I actually get any. They haven't really, they're still so small. I don't think I'll make it. Beets, cucumber, and pineapples. That's a nice mix. I'm just not sure about beets because of the oxalates, but cucumbers and pineapples sounds good. Do you supplement, recommend vitamins and minerals? I do supplement, yes. But whatever I take is not going to be the same for you. Every person is customized differently. There's no such thing as one vitamin fits everybody's health. You guys, I need you guys to actually go to my YouTube channel and please do become a member if you get a chance. It's very, very cheap, very affordable. And whoever becomes a member, they will always have first priority for a Q&A. They will have access to my private channel, private certain YouTube channels, and private live chat as well too. If you guys can do that, would be greatly appreciated. You're gonna support my channel, so this way I can, you know, allow it to grow in case TikTok does get banned. I'm trying to actually monetize my YouTube as well, so you guys would be greatly of help. You membered up? Awesome. That's great. Thanks so much, guys. I really appreciate that. What does your mushroom coffee consist of? Like, what are the ingredients? So this is a mushroom. I have it on my website. So it does have lion's mane, reishi, cordyceps, turkey tail, maitake, chaga, MCT oil, and what else does it have? And it does have MCT oil 8 in it, and it does have coconut milk. So this is the one I take. It is on the website, and that's the one that I'm actually drinking right now. So actually, it tastes nice. I like it. I wouldn't mind having 2 cups, but if I have 2 cups, then I wake up in the morning feeling groggy. I mixed chicory root, dandelion, and chaga in mine, but when I drink it makes me feel weird. I think what makes me feel weird is the chicory root. Cheers, Eric. Thank you. I really appreciate that. What is your name of your YouTube channel? It is under my name. Dosage for creatine, minimum 3 grams. Add it to YouTube. Awesome. Thank you, guys. You ship to Canada or USA? What product were you thinking of? I don't carry any of the products, but all the products I actually have on my website, they all get shipped within Canada and USA. I have to go get a Duke now. It's like it's pitch black outside. I have to get my flashlight and go get him because he's gonna keep barking all night and he won't stop till I actually catch him. Now, if I get a chance to catch him. You're in California? Yeah, we do ship directly to California as well too, Mark. Do you know anything about optimized minerals? Thoughts? Optimized minerals. I don't know. It seems like it is heavily processed, isn't it? Minerals, if anything, guys, minerals have to be in a liquid form. If they are in a liquid form, then I say maybe it's okay. If it's not in a liquid form, if it is in a capsule form, that means it is man-made, 100%. The only reason the one I drink is actually liquid form is actually derived directly from Australian seawater. Kelly, it should be under my name, Maurice Daher, I think. Or if you go on my picture profile and you go on my main page on my TikTok, it should say my YouTube link there, Kelly. Did you guys find it? It should be under my name, Maurice Daher. Let me know if you can find it. If not, I'll double check. My husband has been suffering from seizures. He's 48 and never had seizures before. It's time to change his diet. The diet plays a huge role in the seizure issue. It's probably he could have activated like a dirty gene. What is your WhatsApp contact? Can you send me an email? I can send you the phone number. Maurice is a lifesaver, man. Cheers, Eric. I hope you're doing good. How things are going there? Is there any fires still? We had another fire 2 days ago. It's like freaking very smoky today. No membership button to join on mine either. So if you go on my main page, Cal, of my YouTube main page, it should actually have it there. It should say join under my picture, probably. It should be there. You like spring water? I do drink spring water. I do drink directly from the creek water here off grid. Not there? Okay, that's kind of weird. Not showing up. Unless you have to open it up in incognito mode or something. Gotta go to bed. See you earlier next time. Hopefully past my bedtime. Good night. Have a nice evening. Can you guys give me like 5 minutes? I have like Marie, maybe keep everybody occupied. Mart, you want to keep everybody occupied on YouTube, and Marie will keep everybody occupied in TikTok. Give me like 5 minutes. I have to go grab. Do you like cannabis? Of course I do. I have to go grab Duke and come back. It's very dark outside. Okay, give me a minute, guys. Duke, you coming with me to the store? Let's go. Bye, Duke. I'll see you tomorrow. Come here, Duke. Let's go. Duke, come here. I'll see you tomorrow. You stay here by yourself. Duke, you stay here by yourself. I'll see you tomorrow, okay? This way, this way. This way. This way. Hey, this way. Duke, trust me. Come on, this way. Who's there? Come on, Duke. Stop doing this. Man, that's my cat. Here. It's not gonna work. You wanna see Duke? He's not coming in with me. He's staying outside. For some reason, every time I go outside with the phone, he's running around. Let's see if he's gonna come. Does cardio disease cause tinnitus and could be cured? What is the best way to contact you? You can actually book a time, or you can actually send me an email. We can talk. But your tinnitus is mostly crystals issue from lack of magnesium in the body. That tend to kind of happens. I just subscribed to your YouTube channel. Thank you. Thanks so much, Kelly. And don't forget to join my membership if you get a chance. It would definitely help quite a bit. Duke keeps running around. He's just giving me a hard time. He doesn't want to come in. I'll get him here in a bit. It's just going to take me a little bit longer. He's just running around. It's pitch dark outside. And if I keep him outside, the problem is I won't be able to sleep because he'll be barking all night at every single thing that actually moves. I think cannabis tinctures will do wonders for seizures. No, 100%. 100% it does as well too. It's just whether they're able to get it in their location or not. But definitely it will help for seizures as well too. 57 years old, just had a heart attack, 2 stent, blood thinners, Lipitor. I can definitely help you with that. We can actually maybe discuss a little bit more on details and get you certain protocols, whether you want to remove some of the medications or not. They probably put you on Brilinta as well too if you just had the incident recently as well. And Lipitor, they probably put you on like 80 milligrams or sometimes even higher in the beginning stages. But we can kind of get you off a lot of that stuff. It's just we have to adjust your lifestyle a bit. Yes, they did. And sometimes they even put you on blood pressure medications as well. That's like a regular protocol that a lot of, doctors, cardiologists kind of follow. And they kind of do it to everyone for the first 6 months. And after that, if anything, they would actually lower your Lipitor levels, but they'll keep you on blood pressure medication for the rest of your life. And the thing is, they do kind of help a bit, but the problem is not for a very long time, because you could be welcoming other diseases such as, Alzheimer's, dementia, gut health issues, muscle loss, cognition, mitochondria, all that stuff start to actually happen. No blood pressure issue though. Even though there's no blood pressure issue, they actually still give you the medication sometimes. Well, at least a good 80% of the users actually experience that. They still do that. Any advice for fibromyalgia? Fatigue drive me crazy how weak I feel. You need some D-ribose, Lori. Once you take D-ribose, will actually fix, because fibromyalgia is almost like you're living in a disease state where your body's having a hard time actually recovering and healing itself. And D-ribose, technically, it taps at the cellular level for your mitochondria. So there's a possibility it could actually start to reverse the issue. But as well, your diet plays a huge role in it. So certain things in the diet has to be adjusted correctly. Is there a certain amount of niacin that one should take, like 80 milligrams a day? So niacin plays 2 different roles. Now niacin, it does actually, of course, prevent oxidations of your cholesterol, lowers your LDL, lowers your HDL, and increases your HDL and lowers your triglyceride. But the nice thing about niacin, it doesn't forces your cholesterol to be lower. It actually lowers it based on your body type. But when you take niacin, if you actually have a high level of lipoprotein small a, which is genetic, if it's above 60, if it's above 30, then you have it genetic, then you actually have to take small doses of niacin. For example, 100 milligrams or 80 milligrams. Sometimes when we go small doses, I tell everybody to actually get it in a powder form so you can actually cut them in small doses, but you do that every 4 hours. Now, if you don't have the LP small a, then you can take anywhere between 250 to 500 milligrams per dose, probably twice or sometimes 3 times a day. You don't need a whole lot. And you will never be able to find anything such as 80 or 100 milligrams. So what you have to do is get it in like a powder form. And when you get it in a powder form, so you can kind of estimate of how much you want to take. So because with me, I do have the lipoprotein small a, so I take very, very small doses, anywhere between 50 to about 100 milligrams every 3 hours. And that's why I bought mine in a full powder form. Or else you'll have to get the capsule that is about 500 milligrams, open a capsule, and actually divide it into like 5 doses. So you're not taking too much. And usually, you know for a fact, Pete, you will get the flush effect in the beginning. But once your body get used to it, it's pretty much gone. Some people, they like the flush effect, so they increase the dose. Or sometimes you have to cycle where you can go 7 days off and actually reintroduce it again, so you can actually feel that flush effect again. Never heard of it. What is it called? D-ribose. D-ribose. I do have it, I think, on my website as well, too. I have high blood pressure and horrible anxiety. What can help? Horrible anxiety is L-theanine. And at the same time, because L-theanine helps the body relax, it is going to help a little bit with blood pressure. So when you have high blood pressure, think of it as your body is contracting so much, but not enough relaxation. So what causes high blood pressure is you have too much calcium, not enough magnesium, which is technically you have very low magnesium. So when you look at your systolic and diastolic, if your systolic is high, you have too much calcium. If your diastolic is high, you have very small amount of magnesium. So you need to up your magnesium intake. And the best way to do it is you need to saturate with magnesium. So you can download my ebook on how to saturate with magnesium, and you can actually learn how you can actually get it saturated correctly in your system. Eat low fat to reduce high blood pressure. High fat, low fat has nothing to do with blood pressure. Blood pressure is mostly a deficiency. Sorry to tell you that. Fruit till meat. Blood pressure has nothing to do with low fat or high fat at all. Jose, Mama, yes, it does. What do you mean? Yeah, it does. In what way? Can you please explain? No, it doesn't. Low fat to reduce high blood pressure. Give me a break. Seriously, show me some proof behind. Reduce your fat, then your blood pressure will be fixed. Really? What causes high blood pressure is a deficiency. As simple as that. Too bad? Explain. Like you said, yes, it does. Believe me, I don't know. It's not whether believe you or not. I'd like to actually see the proof behind it. So you tell me if you eat a low-fat diet, you shouldn't have a high blood pressure. What causes high blood pressure is a deficiency. Very simple. It's a deficiency in the blood. It's a deficiency in the body. It has nothing to do with high-fat or low-fat diet. There's already a lot of proof, bro. Well, show me the proof. Show me the scientific literature. Show me the scientific data that it says if you eat a low-fat. Read up Ansel Key. You believe in Ansel Key's bullshit stuff about cholesterol? Give me a break. Really? Back in the early 50s, when he said that cholesterol is the one that's actually harming your body, you still believe that bullshit literature? Come on, we've been over this 100 times already. Fat has nothing to do with the blood pressure. Nobody listens to him? Yeah, nobody should actually listen to him. Nobody should listen to Ansel Keys. Magnesium deficiency, so I will supplement with this. 100%. 100%. Hi, Maurice. I wanted to ask what your thoughts about the copper for women, IUD, the copper levels for women. Is that what you're looking for, Emma? Make sure if you're going to be taking copper, you have to be taking zinc and vice versa. Do you take a low dose of aspirin for what? Why should I be taking aspirin? I don't know. Neurokinase, garlic, vitamin C, all that stuff works way better than aspirin. Everybody said fuck it and kept eating fat. Well, that's incorrect information. I don't know where you're getting your stuff from. There's a different type of fats, and the only reason we end up starting to see heart disease because due to many factors producing fat, vegetable oils and seed oils and all that crap that was never a human consumption, and that's where heart disease and issues start to accumulate. Has nothing to do with your regular fat intake such as butter or saturated fats or eggs or anything like that. I think you need to kind of go back and re-educate yourself on a lot of that stuff. Sorry to say that. I'm not trying to be an ass or anything, but I think you are incorrect. Maurice, does HMB supplement cause constipation because I'm working out? HMB has nothing to do with constipation. It depends how much you take, unless you're actually going over a gram per dose. I get terrible cramps in my whole body. What causes that? Deficiency in magnesium. Taking 1,000 milligrams, okay, of the HMB, yeah, it should be good. That's 1 gram. Make sure you're taking it with food. It should not cause any issue with constipation. Some constipation is kind of being caused from something else. Oh, you deleted your message, whatever your message was. Everybody said, don't delete your message. Once you put it out there, let it be out there and let it be shown. Don't be afraid. Nothing to be shy about. We're all here having a nice discussion. Some of us agree and some of us disagree. And there's nothing wrong with that. You know, you believe in your stuff, I believe in my stuff. But I like to kind of go based on a lot of scientific proof. But I know some of the scientific proof, it could be actually sponsored by certain companies that we shouldn't really believe all of it. Too much fat cause high blood pressure? You're incorrect. Sorry to say that. You are incorrect. It depends what kind of fat. Let's break it down. My husband feels tired and under his eyes gets puffy. Can you tell me what is that cause? He does require a little bit more vitamin C in his diet. Yes, I am correct. Okay, explain it for me, please. Please explain it for me. Break it down for me and explain how you came about to say that fat is the cause of high blood pressure. Do what you could cause dry mouth at night time, please. Hydration, you're not hydrating correctly with probably trace minerals. You explain how it doesn't. No, I'm asking you. You're the one who actually disagree with me. And you said high blood pressure is caused by high fat. Explain that for me, please. I'm not going to explain it. You explain it for me. You actually came up. I said, no, it does not. It has nothing to do with high blood pressure. You're just messing around to try to get you up. It's not getting me upset because I have one person on TikTok and I have one person on YouTube. They're both actually saying the same thing. I bet you probably it's the same person on both channels. I'm just kind of curious. You know, you said that high fat causes high blood pressure. I need that to be explained. And I'm just kind of curious. Jose is dead wrong. Been on carnivore for 7 months. I cured all my autoimmune issues. 100%. I'm cheers to that. Hey, I've been on a carnivore for 10 years now. So I'm curious, you know, been on carnivore for 10 years and I eat a lot of high fat and everything. And I'm kind of, you know, surprised I don't have high blood pressure. So that's why I'm kind of a little bit confused. Then how did the fruit heal my high blood pressure? You know how? Because fruits contain magnesium. That's how. Fruit has nothing to do with your whether you're eating fat or not. It's because fruit contains some magnesium in the fluids and the ions of the fluids of the water of the fruits. It's the magnesium that actually healed your blood pressure. In the presence of high blood pressure, so what happened is with blood pressure, let me explain that. You have calcium contracts and magnesium relaxes. Whenever we have high blood pressure, that means your calcium is over contracting and not enough magnesium to actually help the body relax. Why do you think a lot of doctors, they give people calcium channel blockers? So they block the calcium in their mind. This way they think if you block the calcium, you actually get more magnesium in the body to actually start working correctly. I think my constipation happened with my Ozempic usage. I stopped that medicine. It does have a side effect on the gut, 100%. I'm not sure exactly on the dose you were taking. Does niacin worsen fat liver? Only if you actually does not. It does actually over stimulate the liver if you actually go above 3,000 milligrams per day. But once you actually reduce, it'll actually go back to normal. The bones equal calcium, blood equal iron, brain, carbon, and copper, pancreas, chromium. So the body is composed of minerals, 100%. 100%. And we need these minerals to actually survive and thrive. Swelling of ankles and thighs. Your cells are not being hydrated correctly. I had high blood pressure when I was on high fat. I have all the proof and hospital emergency visits. Good for you. Did you know when you actually consume high fat, you actually overuse your magnesium? Did you know when you eat high protein, you overuse your magnesium? So now when you went into like a fruit person and you're eating a lot of fruits, so now your fruits, some of them contain some magnesium, so it's actually balancing your electrolytes and your body's not overusing magnesium as much. And of course, the potassium does help because it is rich in a lot of the berries and other ingredients. So the proof that you have is a nonsense proof. Sorry to say that. We can make a video together and talk to my doctor about it. I don't care about your doctor. Your doctor is a pharma pusher. That's all That's all I think. I'll say it straight out, the way it is. I will sit with anyone one-on-one, and we can sit for hours and discuss your blood pressure, discuss cholesterol, and not one doctor will actually agree with me because they actually learn one thing and it's stuck in their brain that one thing is correct. Now imagine a body being medically deficient. Give me a break. My blood pressure medication, I'm getting a lot of ectopic beats. That's one of the side effects, yes. Doctors are not trained or educated in nutrition, but they can tell you anything about prescriptions. 100%. 100%. It's funny how they have prescription for every single symptom. Hello, it's all right to take B complex, magnesium glycinate, fish oil, vitamin E for anxiety. Most of them won't work for anxiety, but for anxiety, I would take L-theanine. If I end up escaping that damn ablation for good, I'm going to be embedded to your life, man. Cheers to that. I'm gonna help you. I'm gonna help you no matter what. I healed my wife and my family. My parents all survived because of me. Cheers to that. I'm happy for you. Stick to the fruits. That's all I can say. I have nothing against that. As long as you're not eating anything processed. Eating fruits is still better than eating anything that is heavily processed like your standard American diet. Maurice, what do you recommend for twitching eyes and lack of something? It's a magnesium deficiency. My doctor just wants blood. No, thank you, bro. Low testosterone. All about these bank accounts getting bigger. Yeah, no kidding. With your bad advice. You know, I don't know who's this, Jose, Mama, whoever you are. You know, if you don't like being on this channel and interacting with us properly, then maybe it's time for you to leave. Seriously. Is L-theanine on breastfeeded moms? Yes, it is 100% natural. It does not have no side effect whatsoever. L-theanine on breast, yes. Any tips for asthma? Don't like using inhalers. Start using NAC, N-acetyl-L-cysteine, 2400 milligrams every 4 hours for 5 days straight, 3 days off. That will get rid of the mucus and will actually help with the asthma. Hi, Maurice. What would you recommend to prevent muscle cramps? Magnesium. Again, keep in mind, guys, whenever you guys consume high protein intake, whenever you exercise, whenever you do bodybuilding, whatever, any type of activities you do, why do you think magnesium has about 600 different enzymatic functions? Because it's overly used too much. I'm 6'11", 140 kilograms. My pressure bad because of my weight, 150 over 105. It is quite high. I would start taking nitrate supplement ASAP in the meantime till you actually lower it down, or you can book a time with me. We can talk about it and adjust your intake. It's okay to take L-theanine for long term. Yes, 100%. Your body does not get used to it. because it's not a stimulant. I supplement magnesium already for a long time. You're not supplementing the correct magnesium. That's the problem. You're probably supplementing a regular man-made magnesium. Bad heart flutters. Yeah, we can definitely. If you download my book on heart arrhythmia, heart rhythm, will actually teach you how to actually fix it. It is 100% fixable. I would never take potassium pills. Potassium should always be it should always come from food than a supplement. Maurice, I'm battling COVID now. What do you recommend I take? Start with the NAC at least. NAC 2400 milligrams every 4 hours. Take some quercetin and vitamin C to your tolerance level. Leucine 3000 milligrams after lifting weights. Do you recommend? Yeah, 100%. I take leucine. Leucine, creatine, D-ribose, and at least 20 grams of protein. Leucine will actually increase the protein synthesis. And best time to take it would be after training for your mTOR activation. I make my own magnesium chloride. Perfect, Debbie. That's awesome. Good to hear. Best combination to take along with L-theanine. Magnesium works really good if you're looking for relaxation. Or sometimes you can do L-tyrosine with L-theanine. Would work really good. My hubby, chopping wood, suffers bad sleep cramps, is getting thin. Magnesium glycinate at night with GABA and L-theanine would work really good, and possibly you can add like 1 teaspoon of cherry tart. I have an appointment with my mom and her doctor on Friday. I will set up a one-on-one after her. Yeah, for sure. Let me know how things are going, Mary. Would be great. I love to take B1 with L-theanine. I love to take B1. What kind of B1? Thiamine or benfotiamine? I take magnesium lysine glycine 200 milligrams daily. What is best magnesium? It has to be magnesium ionic chloride, because what happens is with magnesium glycinate, it doesn't allow magnesium to actually enter the cells correctly. Magnesium ionic chloride is the original form, high enough elemental to actually get into the cells. Now, if your body is having a hard time getting the magnesium into the cells, you actually have to start adding taurine with it, because taurine will knock in the cells and will allow magnesium to enter the cells correctly. What is good for hypertension, diabetes, and extreme dry skin? You can download my ebook on how to reverse high blood pressure and hypertension. Thiamine. Thiamine is good. Yes, 100%. Thank you so much for sharing your knowledge. Thank you, Mikasa. I really appreciate your comment. Taurine is good for the heart. Whenever a person has a heart attack, 99% of the time, they are deficient in taurine. Taurine won't allow your heart to actually become deficient of magnesium and electrolytes. Taurine should highly be used, and it should be used by everyone. I even give it to my dog, Duke, because keep in mind, a lot of dogs, they end up having heart attacks as well too. Is because they actually lack of taurine. Why do you think sometimes in their kibbles they even put high levels of taurine? Is because to protect their heart. Why do you think they put taurine in energy drinks? To protect the heart from actually causing too much. How much taurine? 3,000 milligrams per dose. What magnesium is best for blood pressure? Magnesium ionic chloride. I have a friend that has her lungs affected by the COVID and she has a chronic cough. What can she take? Other than the NAC and the high levels of quercetin, that would be like the first initial step I would actually do. That would be the first initial step to see how she does. And after that, we can add like D-ribose. Mulin works good. Mulin works good as well. NAC is a lot more powerful than mulin. Mulin is a tea, is a herb. It does work not bad, but NAC is actually outbeats mulin by far, especially taking a high dose. Don't take the recommended 600 milligrams. You have to take 2400 milligrams every 4 hours and cycle every 5 days. I just ordered taurine 500 milligrams for PVC and flutters. That's pretty low amount, Sean. You need to take at least 3,000 milligrams per dose. Would be better if you can get it in powder, I think, instead of you taking about 6 capsules every time. My 7-month carnivore friend had 2 heart stents 6 years. He still sometimes gets chest pain, thought angina. He does need magnesium and D-ribose. Make sure I have NAC in the cupboards always. 100%. It's good for emergency purposes. I've been diagnosed with GAD. Gonna take L-theanine. What's the best time to take it? And magnesium. L-theanine should be consumed on an empty stomach. Same with magnesium. But you can take them together as well, same time. Hey, Karen, how are you? I don't know why I'm standing. I should be sitting down, relaxing. I want to go catch Duke again. He's outside running again. He's trying to sleep in the sand. Cayenne pepper helps with blood flow. Yes, it does help with blood flow for certain individuals, not for everybody. Always good learning from you. Catch you tomorrow. Have a good night. Cheers. I might not be able to come tomorrow because I have to wake up early Friday morning to drive to the city. 9 hour drive, 8 hour drive. You're excited to see me? Probably, Debbie. That's what it is. So if I don't come tomorrow for a chat, then you guys probably the next time you'll see me chat would be like in a couple days. I'll be in the city. Gotcha. Yeah, it's gonna be a long drive, but I have to go pick up some meat and some other things. Same time I'll end up visiting the families as well too. Hi Maurice, thank you for all your info. I had a 16% CAC score this year. I'm 46, just went back to the gym 3 months ago after season all activities in 2020 due to COVID. Any other recommendation? It depends what you're looking for. Is it something that is in regards to your CAC score or just kind of recommendation as in what to take for your like gym performance? Duke is going with me. Yeah, he is going with me. He's gonna be in the car for a couple hours driving. I want to reverse my CAC score. Okay, yeah, we can definitely reverse the CAC score. Did you watch my recent video that I had on there? There's two recent videos. One of them talks about the Cavadex. Any supplements that help bat and nitrous. There isn't really a supplement. It's almost like related to food intake, and it's mostly you gotta start with magnesium as a beginning. Hawthorn, yeah, hawthorn extract is really good as well too for angina, especially anybody who has a lot of pain. I know somebody was actually mentioned it earlier, and I did mention the ribose and magnesium. But yeah, hawthorn does actually strengthen the heart muscle as well too, which is excellent. And sometimes we do need some mitochondrial effect to actually increase. So ubiquinol works really good as well, or even taking a creatine. But I like the backbone of the mitochondria, which is the ribose. But Pete just mentioned, guys, hawthorn extract was really good for angina. So whoever was asking me earlier as well too. Well, driving the long way, you're gonna jump in the S class, get there in comfort. I'll be driving slow. Like I'm not gonna be rushing. Hawthorn is in my cupboards. Perfect. That's awesome. If you get tired driving, have Duke take the wheel. Yeah, I'd love to. Would be awesome if you could. The problem is I can't really stop, so I have to actually stop, fill up gas, and continue driving. I can't really get up and stretch and do much because the moment I do that, now Duke wants to come out of the vehicle, and if Duke comes out of the vehicle, I'll have to actually take him for a walk for at least an hour. So last year when we came here, I had to stop 3 times, and the moment he saw me, filling up gas and doing like he wanted to come out. And every time I took him out, it would take me almost an hour to get him back in the car because he wants to walk, he wants to stretch and all that. And it was very, very tough, very tough. I've been harvesting nettle seeds and goldenrod. Nice. I think I don't. I'll have to look to see if I get any nettles here as well too. What can I use to fall asleep quicker? So you can use GABA, you can use magnesium glycinate, you can use L-theanine would work really good. It's all about shutting off your brain. Or even you can use like cherry tart works really good as well. Have you heard of Lost Book of Herbal Remedies? Very useful. Not the best. I've heard of it. I've read it. It has some good stuff. Not the best. I know a lot of influencers trying to sell it through TikTok. And the one they're trying to sell through TikTok is different than some of the ones out there. But yeah, I know which one you're talking about. For nerve pain treatment naturally, acetyl L-carnitine, 3,000 milligrams. My total cholesterol, HDL, LDL, and triglyceride. What should I do? Well, you're asking what you should do that you have such a high cholesterol. I don't know your diet. You're asking me just like a straight out question. I have no clue about your diet. So sometimes, you have to book a time so we can kind of go over your diet to find out exactly why this is happening. Why do some people still get chest pain after going carnivore for a year? The only reason they get chest pain, it's mostly their upper left quadrant. That's their pancreas, because they're consuming a high amount of fat and their body's not used to it yet. So they end up getting upper left quadrant chest pain, upper left quadrant, kind of itchy surface pain because of their pancreas. It's not used to actually releasing that much lipase, and it's not comfortable doing it in the beginning. So that's why you have to kind of start slow and move your way up, especially if you're doing like keto or even carnivore. Fill up a conch with peanut butter to keep your dog busy on a long trip. No, I don't give him no food, nothing when we actually go on a long trip, because it can actually make them puke. No sweet, nothing other than water. That's it. Water and trace minerals I give him. That's it. I'm a C6-7 quad. I'm massage nerve Pently for 25 years. Guys, you want to give me a couple more minutes? I have to go try to catch Duke again because he's running around. I can hear him. I know he's going to come back with like a full... That's what he did last time. He slept outside. He comes in the morning, 4 o'clock, knocks on the door, comes in, jumps on my bed, and he had a freaking rat in his mouth. He got a big fucking rat. Sorry to say that. It was like this big. What do they call him? Muskrat or something? I call him here wood rat. So I know that's what he's trying to do. That's why he's outside. Yeah, seriously, it was not funny. I had to kind of wash my bed sheets and cleaned up his paws and his mouth, and I had to grab the rat and actually throw it because it was all like beat up and stuff. Oh, he goes hunting. Like right now, if I actually go outside and look for him, he's probably out there hunting something. So I have to go catch him. And I know he's gonna bring me a surprise. No, I don't get mad at him. It's just I'm trying to call him, and he knows he doesn't want to come, so he keeps running around in circles, and he makes me run around him. What's chest pain after getting angry from? Keep in mind, this person has 2 stents and carnivore. What's chest pain after getting angry from? Keep in mind, this person has 2 stents in a carnivore. So what happened is sometimes you guys gotta keep in mind, whenever you are in a carnivore diet and you have a stent and you are eating a carnivore diet, the fats in the carnivore diet sometimes will, because keep in mind, a lot of the fats are almost like a healing, anti-inflammatory. So whenever they see a stent, they think that this is some kind of pathogens or some kind of something broken in the body, so they try to go after it and actually try to heal it. And sometimes the LDL actually tend to increase because it's actually getting oxidized and getting stuck. So you have to kind of be careful of how much fat you can consume, especially when you have a stent. Mine killed a beaver in the garage. He ate anything that moved. Trust me, with Duke right now, anything, even if we have bees running around, he'll be actually going crazy after them. He doesn't let anything come into the land. Duke thinks he's bringing you a treat. Lol, yeah, no kidding. A big freaking treat. So far this year, we've had 1 rat and 4 mice that was brought by Duke as a gift for me. What do you recommend for a healthy prostate other than good blood flow and what's that supplement called? I have to look it up. I can remember. But there's a supplement that's actually allow better for urination and stuff, and actually allow for the flexibility for the prostate. I can't remember the exact name of it now. I'll maybe send me a message if you don't mind. I'll send you. I had a protocol for the prostate on my cheat book. I just can't remember on top of my head. Wow, do you recommend having a stent removed? You cannot have a stent removed. Sorry to say that, Emma. You cannot have a stent removed. Supplemental, that's what it was. Thank you. Thanks so much for bringing that up. You cannot have a stent removed, and it's very, very dangerous. Once the stent is in there, the stent is in there for life. The stent is in there for life. That's it. Because if you try to remove it, you can actually do more damage. I wish, before the stent, we could have probably did something about it. But sometimes when a person is experiencing a heart attack, that's the only option that we have is to put a stent. Do you have a stent yourself? I have 6. Sorry to say that, but yeah, I have 6. Because I had an incident 10 years ago. I don't think there's such thing as dissolvable stents. The stent they put in there they're metal, so they actually get infused with the heart. I was very young when it happened. Now keep in mind, because I did have a genetic issue. So one of my genetic is I have a very high clotting phase. So when you look at your LP small a, that's a genetic. So the LP small a, mine was in the upper 600. Right now, I got it down from 600 down to 40. It took me a long time. I exercise daily, yes. I exercise more than 30 minutes. All stents at the same time? No. There was 4 put in, and I ended up experiencing another heart attack because the cardiologist that actually put the stent, he ended up damaging the artery where they end up putting the stent. So that spot where he ended up putting the stent ended up damaging the edge of the artery. So what happened is I end up accumulating around the stent. So within about 8 months or so after, I end up experiencing another heart attack. And when I went in there, that same stent where they put, it was all clogged all around it, and it was probably due to the damage. So they end up extending extending the stent. So now because of this issue, now the artery that I have, it's not flexible anymore. It's so stiff because they had to put 3 different stents in that same artery attached to each other. So it made my artery very, very stiff. So my heart capacity went from being at 80 down to 20. So the only way, and I was not functioning correctly at all. So I had to actually start doing specific heavy lifting, and I take a nitrate supplement probably for the rest of my life. I've been on nitrate supplement for 10 years. So this way it keeps the artery vasodilated as much as possible. So when I went in there for my first heart attack, they made me sign a paper because I had less than 10% survival. And because they were doing it so quickly, the cardiologist ended up damaging my artery. What foods did I eat before that? I was following like a normal diet. I was eating 3 meals a day. I would eat a lot of, prior to that, I went vegan for almost about 8-9 years. And what happened is the only reason I went vegan because when I went and saw my doctor prior to my heart attack, he said, well, it runs in the family, you have high cholesterol, so one of the best thing to do is for you to go vegan. So I went fully vegan and everything. 9 years after, I ended up experiencing the issue. And what happened is I was super deficient across the board with everything. I lost weight. I was constantly bloated, constantly feeling constipated. Finally, about 6 months prior, that's when I started to kind of reintroduce certain things like more bread, more things. I wanted to actually feel satisfied and satiated. And that's when I end up experiencing the heart attack. And that's what happens. I was driving actually, and I experienced the heart attack. And I drove myself to the hospital. Where's your free ebooks? If you go to my website, guys, you can actually get access to all my ebooks. Some of them are free, some of them are paid. So I drove myself to the hospital, called the hospital to see where was the closest hospital. And when I was driving there, I had to bypass like 2 red lights, got 2 fines in mail. dropped the car off, ran inside the hospital. The lady that I was talking to, she knew that I was the one that I was actually calling. So automatically they stick you with a needle in your stomach. And the only reason they do that, which is magnesium sulfate. So this way it vasodilates all your arteries as fast as possible so you don't continue having like a massive heart attack. What does it feel like a heart attack? You actually sweat and freeze the same time. Still with us, and I'm glad that you are. Thank you, Jazz. That's terrible. Poor guy. Well, what doesn't kill you make you stronger, I guess, right? Have you experienced pain, pressure, sensation after first stent when damage was done? No, nothing. Just my breathing was not did not feel right, and I had the flutter for almost 3 months after the stent, and that's why I kind of knew there's something not right going on. But after that, there was no pain, nothing, till almost about a year later, almost about 8-9 months later. How did you survive a heart attack? I was driving when that happened. I actually drove myself to the hospital. AFib, can it be reversed? 100%. Yes, it could be reversed. And I did an ebook on that, Mary, about heart rhythm and how you can fix it. How did you survive? We talked about that already. Yeah, when I got there to the hospital, I was already, dizzy and tired, and my brain was not thinking correctly because it took me about 9 minutes to get to the hospital, and I was not all there. I was not 100% thinking. So once they stabbed me with the magnesium sulfate, I made a phone call to my brother and I told him, "Hey, I'm okay. I'm just in the hospital having a heart attack. So please let the family know. They're gonna take me in the ambulance to it. And once I get there, you guys can meet me there." And that's how it happened. Thank you for sharing your experience. Happy you're okay and here with us. Your knowledge. Thank you. And thanks so much, Marie. Does mushroom coffee break fast? No, it doesn't. It does not break the fast. Guys, my phone is down to about 5%. And I know it's getting a little bit late, so I'm going to go to sleep right now soon, in like 2 minutes. I need you guys to actually go to my YouTube. If you guys missed some of the Q&As that we covered, you can actually catch them there. If you're looking to actually join my membership site on YouTube, would be great. That means you would have first priority for Q&A and for my private live chats as well. Would be great. If you guys can support my channel, would be amazing. It's midnight here. Safe travels tomorrow. Not tomorrow, Debbie. On Friday, I'll be traveling. Tomorrow, I'll have to pack. Thank you so much for your knowledge. Okay, good night. Happy you're here with us. Thanks so much for the comments. I appreciate you, and I look to join the button tomorrow. Still don't see it. Thank you, Cal. Really appreciate it. Hopefully, maybe when it's actually refreshed. Good stuff. Thanks, Maurice. Get some rest. You'll have a long drive. Thank you, guys. I really appreciate everything, guys, for being out here and for a lot of the questions went through. If anybody of you guys missed the Q&A, you can always go on YouTube and actually watch the whole thing. Cheers, guys. Grinch, thanks so much for the gifts. Sleep well and safe travels. And yeah, definitely, guys, thanks so much for all the comments. We'll definitely touch base. And once I get to the city, we'll actually, of course, we'll do some more lives. I know we're different time in there. They're 1 hour ahead of us there. So it's 10 here. It'll probably be 11 there. So I'll definitely be coming a little bit earlier. And we'll chat from there. If you guys have any issues, definitely touch base anytime. Cheers.